Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get this nice light smoky eye and this nice bright purple pink ombre lip. And this was super exciting to record. Today is Easter and I'm celebrating it with my family, so I decided to do some makeup. It's nighttime right now, like it's Easter night. I'm recording at night, you know, because I had to work today. But anyways, I'm recording this video for you and it's up and I'm gonna have to take this bomb makeup off, but it's okay, honey, it's okay. So yeah. So if you're interested in knowing how I got this look, then just stay tuned. So to prep my eyes, I'm going to start off by using the MAC paint pot in the color Soft Ochre, and I'm just going to buff that in with my finger. So to set the eyes, I'm going to be using the Revealed Smokey palette, and I'm using the cream shade at the top left hand corner, and that's just going to help the colors blend a little bit easier. Then I'm going into the Lorac Pro Palette, and I'm using the color Charcoal. It's a really nice matte gray, and I'm just going to start by packing that onto the outer V's of my eyelid, and the brush that I'm using to pack that on is the Royal & Langnickel Revolution BX95, and then I'm switching to a fluffy brush and blending that color out. So you'll notice that as I'm diffusing that color, I'm also dragging that into my crease, and that is so that it can create some depth, because I will be packing on the same gray into my inner tear duct, so that's just going to create a bridge to link both colors together. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be taking that same charcoal from the Lorac Pro Palette, and I'm just going to be placing that in my inner tear ducts and then also inside of my crease, and then blending all that together. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth, adding some more of that gray color, making it darker as I need it, and then blending that out. So I'm just going to be going back and forth, adding color and blending it out, adding color and blending it out. That's very essential with this look because we are using gray and it's really dark. So instead of looking like a hot mess, you have to continue to blend, blend, blend. So going back in with the Lorac Pro Palette, I'm using the color Buff, and I'm really packing that onto the center of my lids where there is no gray. And then I found out that using my finger to blend it out diffused it a little bit better, so that's what I did. I think it is because all of the shades that I'm using for this look are matte, so it helps when you blend with your finger with matte colors. Eventually I do go back with the brush, but that's just a trick if you did not know that. So dipping a fluffy brush into the Lorac Pro Palette, I'm using the color Light Brown, and I'm going to apply the light brown right on top of where the gray ends, approaching my brow bone, and this is going to create a softer contrast from my eyebrows to the brown and then the gray. It will make it look just very, you know, diffused and gradient instead of just white skin gray eyeshadow, if you know what I mean. Then I'm going in with my favorite Mica Cosmetics Gel Liner, and this is a black liner. It's the one that I always use, and then I'm also using the same brush I used to do my eyebrows. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills dual-sided brush, the number 12. I'm taking the angled side of the brush, and I'm just going to dip that into some of my eyeliner and start creating a winged liner. Now the wing is not going to be too dramatic. It's in between. It's not a simple liner, but it's not dramatically crazy, if that makes sense. So now I'm just pulling off the tape that I placed on my face. If you are using the tape, make sure to pull upwards and not downwards, because you don't want to create any wrinkles on your face. So yeah. Next I'm going in with my favorite foundation. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I'm in the color 220, and I'm just going to be blotting that onto my face with the Damp Beauty Blender. on to my favorite concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in the number 20, and I'm just going to apply this in the usual areas, under my eyes, on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, around the corners of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And now I'm just blending out all my concealer with the same damp beauty blender that I used to blend out my foundation. And now to set all of my concealer and make sure that it does not move, I'm going to be using a dry beauty blender. You can use any sponge that you want, but I use the same beauty blender to bake all the time. So I'm going to be using a dry beauty blender with some Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just going to be baking in all the sections where I put on concealer. Now with that same translucent powder on a Real Techniques buffing brush, I'm just going to set the rest of my face, and then I'm going to start contouring, and I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and the color that I'm using to contour is the color Shadow Play. It's the middle, it's more of a chocolate brown color, and to contour I'm using a Luxie 512 small contouring brush. And by the way, I do want to say sorry again because my full face is not in the frame. I keep moving and I keep forgetting to check the placement of my head. So I do apologize for that. I know I keep saying it, but I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. So I'm taking the same color that I used to contour my cheekbones, and I'm just applying this all over my face to give myself some sun because I'm really pale right now. So I'm just contouring my jawbone, my forehead, all that good stuff, and giving my face some shape and structure. So now with whatever translucent powder was left on the beauty blender, I'm just going to place that under my contour to sharpen it up just a little bit. And then for blush, I'm going in with the Studio Makeup blush in the color Wildflower and just applying that to the apples of my cheeks. Now that our face has been baking for a couple minutes, I'm just going to use that same buffing brush from Real Techniques and just buff off all of the extra translucent powder that we have on our face so we don't look like a ghost. And now my favorite part of the whole entire makeup session is highlight. I'm using obviously Champagne Pop by Becca and applying that to the high points of my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose, my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin. And I did OD on the highlight, but like I said before, you can never OD on highlights. So there you go. So for mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. This is a black mascara. I'm just giving a coat to my top lashes, and this is going to prep for my falsies. The falsies I will be using for this makeup look is the Salon Perfect in the number 614. They're the wispiest lashes that I know right now. I compare them to the Demi Wispies, but they're so awesome, and if you haven't gotten on them, you need to. So now for lipstick, I did mix 2 lipstick shades. They're both from BH Cosmetics. I believe it's called the Pop Art Collection. So the first color that I'm applying is in the color Wham, and I'm applying this all over my lip. No, I did not use a lip liner because I didn't have one that matched, so I just didn't use one. And then on a lipstick brush, I'm going in with the color Crash. They're both from the same collection. And I'm just going to create an ombre effect. So because Crash is a lot darker, it's almost like a black purple, I'm applying that like if it were a lip liner to the outer sides of my lips, and then I'm really gonna blend that in to the first color Wham. So because both of these colors are satin finish and I wanted a matte lip, I took some translucent powder on my finger and just patted that onto my lipstick, and you'll see right away how it absorbs all of the excess shine and oil in the lipstick. Okay guys, so this is the completed look. I'm really happy with the way this look came out. I just love how simple yet dramatic this look is, and it's probably one of my new favorites. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did. Always stay tuned with my Instagram and Snapchat. They're both Astralaga5, and I'll link those down below. And I'll also be linking down all the products down below, as I do always. So yeah, I hope that you guys had a wonderful Easter, and I hope you guys had an awesome time with your family. And yeah, so I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.